Hey, what's up, grown folks? This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. I've finally been able to make this work with my streaming cam here to go live, and I am like feeling it. Just want to say hey, everybody. I tried to get with you guys earlier and do a little something, but I kind of got caught up with doing a whole bunch of other stuff. So I wasn't able to do any grown folk talk. Let me kind of bring down this light right here because it's glary. Okay, now you see me. Now you see me. The lighting is okay, but we gonna do this. But I just wanted to, I usually do my mid-afternoon videos, come out and talk about a little something, something. I know this is a little later in the evening, but that's okay. I'm here, and I just wanted to reach out and touch. The thought of the evening is um, something I was thinking about earlier, and it was in regards to relationships and when people are, you know, they're involved and then things kind of, you know, they spread apart. And then once they spread apart and you get with somebody else or you seeing somebody else or you are feeling somebody else, then they want to put forth all that energy back into you and try to get at you again. Now, I'm just I'm trying to understand that because it's like when you have it, you don't want it. You don't know what to do with it. You just, it's something that, well, perhaps, it's going to be here forever. I ain't got to do too much work with it. I kind of want it. I kind of don't want it, whatever. And then as soon as you step out and you get interested in something else, boom, there you go, right? There you go. They back at you. And then the flip side of that is it's another scenario that I was thinking about too that kind of goes with this. I'm gonna be kind of bouncing off, so y'all hang with me. You know how I do with this grown folk talk. But a big one I was thinking about today was, how, and it keeps bouncing off my head. I'll get it and then it leaves. I'll get it and it leaves. But you know, also this is another good one. When you are in something new and you have kids with the old, I call it the old because it's the past relationship. And now you're involved with this new situation. Now you've chose that person because they are right for you. You feel, you made the right choice. You came at it in the right way. You feel good about it, and boom, you're going to now introduce this person into your life, your world, your family, and all of that. Now, this old relationship that you were in, all of a sudden now they want to sit down, have a talk with your new mate. They want to get some things straight. They want to fill them out. They want to get to know them. They want to let them know what they can do, what they can't do. No whooping my kid, no combing my daughter's hair, no having my baby girl sit on your lap if you're a dude, that type of thing. But they want to sit up and have like a screening interview conversation with your new love interest. Now, is that a good thing to do? Is that a mature thing to do? I'll say, you know, because the kids need to be um, feel comfortable and know that both parents are loving them and in this to win it type of thing, regardless of who they chose to be with. But isn't that a grown folks decision as far as you now have chosen someone that you feel is right for you and a good fit for your kids? So you should have that talk with them, right? Or should both parents have the talk with the new person? Now, mind you, the other relationship person that you was with before, they see who they see. They have their boyfriends or perhaps they have their girlfriends, however, the situation is. And you don't sit down and do an interview with them at the time that is happening, right? So, why is it that they should have a sit down interview with what you're doing? And, a lot of times you may see that a man is more interested in doing that because, he knows that the woman is now with a new dude and he wants to let that brother know that there is guidelines, there is things that I just won't accept, but I do respect the fact that you are with, my ex and you are the father figure of my kids when I'm not around, but you are not their father, you know they want to set that straight. But do you think that it should be a sit down talk? Things should be on the table, a round table per se. Um, and then if both of you are in relationships, should it be a foursome? Should all four of you guys sit down and talk about what's going on with these babies? I mean babies, excuse me, not babies, babies. Because some of y'all don't have babies. I know. so anyway, let me grab something to drink here. So anyway, what I'm saying is, what do you think? I mean, how do you feel? Have you been in a situation where you've had to make that choice to sit down, to talk, to get things straight, to get an understanding with a new love interest, and because your mate wanted to kind of lightweight check them or check out the situation? Hmm, that's interesting, huh? That's interesting. And then back to the other thought. Um, you know, when they had you, they didn't want to do right by you. They didn't want to do the things that you needed to feel good about the union, the relationship. They took a lot of things for granted and didn't have much time for you, didn't do many things for you, was always willing and waiting on you to do, but they didn't really do. And then finally, when you got interested in someone else, which usually occurs when you're lacking in big major areas in your relationship, it's easy for someone on the outside to pierce their way through. And that is regardless of um, how much you love the person you're with. You can love them to death, but just be miserably unhappy. And then it comes a time where you start really thinking about your life and the direction and things like that. And, you want to do something better for yourself. You want to be appreciated more. And it's easy for that outside interest to come along and show you that interest. And then all of a sudden, that person that you were madly in love with start doing 190-degree turnaround with doing everything that you wanted and needed when you were with them. And now that you don't have much time for them because you're pursuing something else. It may not be serious yet. You may not have developed a relationship yet. You may not have even slept with the person yet, but you see potential and you feel good about the things that they're doing with you, perhaps for you, and you are doing for one another. So, why does that happen? You know, why do people, drastically get on a rampage when you have gotten with another interest and they didn't do half the things you probably fussed about, you discussed about, you set up and, wanted them to really hear you, but they wasn't listening. They were not hearing you. It just went pew. And one day, guess what? You got tired. You got tired, and it was time to try something new. So, what do you do about this person you still love and they're trying to knock down doors and jump over fence and hide in bushes and do all these things to get your attention again? Because guess what? Now they are ready. They're ready. They're ready to do it now. They're ready to show you now because they are feel fearful of losing you. They feel as though they have lost you, or they want to snatch you back within the grips of their control so that they can be victorious again and having that control over how they disperse their love, attention, desire, and closeness to you. And as grown folks, we all have been through times when we've dealt with this, I'm quite sure, or you've known someone very close to you who have and needed you to be an ear to listen while they told their story. Story was so good you wanted to write a book or make a movie on it because it was juicy. It was juicy. So how do you what do you do? What do you do in these um, two dynamics? What do you do, A, if the person that you finally have kind of had enough with is running after you because you love them to death, but somebody else is giving you the attention and doing the things that you didn't get and that you complained about from the last person, but you haven't grown to love this new person, but you know that you can. What do you do? What do you do when one of you have moved on and the other, or both of you have moved on, and the other has gotten into a relationship with someone, and now that outside parent or that outside parent and their new husband or wife or person they're with or whatever wants to sit down and have a talk all around the table about the do's and the don'ts with the kids. What do you do when you're up against the wall like that? Because some would say, oh, well, we are the parents, me and you. We make decisions on what's best for our kids. And no, I'm not going to have nobody in their lives that's going to do things that is harmful to them or not good for them or whatever. And it's not your business or your place to sit down at no table to discuss how you want things to be with me and my new man or me and my new woman. Some feel that way. And then there's those who don't want the heat. They don't want no problems. They know that their ex is a fool, a ticking time bomb. And one of the reasons is because you're not together no more. So they want to do the mature, cordial thing by saying, okay, let's sit down. This is not going to get out of hand. Let's talk about some rules and understanding when it comes to the kids. And should the kids be involved in this conversation? It gets juicy. It gets juicy because, should it depend on how old the kids are? Because, the older kids get, when they get into the pre adolescence and the teenage years, they get to be quite manipulative and they will play one against the other, one parent against the other, one situation against the other. You know, And especially if they want mom and dad to be back together, you just don't know what you just, man, it could be wild and out for real. Whole bunch of situations can go to the left. But think about those. Those are two interesting grown folk topics that came to my brain, and I wanted to bring it out there to you guys, and also try out this new cam that I have that I can work with here and there outside of other things I use for my videos. But seems like this is doing okay. I'm getting the message here, and I'm getting it out, and I am trying it out, and I think it's gonna be okay. So on that note, I'm about to head on back, relax myself, and as you see, I'm in a bedroom setting, so it is late. I got to get me some rest on in a minute, but I want you guys to know I'll be back at you real soon. And this week, I'm playing around with this chat now. There we go, it's working. Okay, I'll be back with you guys this week so that we can talk about something really interesting and stimulating. And I hope that these topics that I raise and bring up, which I'm pretty sure they do because I get a lot of good feedback, um, makes you think, make you go, well, yeah, that's something to think about. What would I do? Well, what would I do? What have I done? Some like to share and some don't. They just rather just take in the information and then sit up and think about it, ponder on it, maybe share this video with someone who are going through something similar. Because you'll be amazed at people who come at me with, man, if you were a fly on the wall, I was just going through that, Lady D. I was just thinking about that, Lady D, and you ended up talking about it. Because you know why? These are real life topics. These are real life situations. We are all grown folks, most of us who are viewing these videos, which actually I believe all of us because my videos are not shared with kids. So, you know, we are grown folks to a certain extent. And, these things come about, these topics come about. Life is nothing but a beach, okay? And I said beach because that's how I want to put it out there. But you have your ups, you have your downs, you have your good, you have your bad, you have your happy, and you have your sad. That's just how life is. But you can be in control of that. You can, you know, chose to direct your situation, your relationship status, your issues. You can choose to be a part of it in a positive way. Because remember, with both of these scenarios I just talked about tonight, it takes two mature, grown adults to make the right choices and decisions. And you can't depend on the next person to decide for you what you need for you. Now, they can complement it, they can come together with you and help you work with it, but they can't be the deciding factor of what's good for you. So, if you have an opinion, state it. If you don't want to be treated a certain way, then make changes. I'm all for people staying together and making their relationships work and just doing the damn thing. I'm all for that. But sometimes there comes a time when you have to just throw in the freaking towel because you've tried all you can, you've done all you can, and nothing is working. And you're becoming a miserable wreck. So you have to make decisions for you in your life, and especially when there's children involved too. So, on that note, grown folks, this is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D with a late night video up close and personal regarding some grown folk topics. Please send me an email if you'd like to share any personal feelings you may have towards this video, or if you have anything you would like me to discuss. Inquiring minds want to know at DGRIER12,000 at yahoo.com. Also, like, subscribe, and share this video. The more, the merrier. I'm loving the feedback. I'm loving the views. I'm loving each and every one of you. And on that note, good night, and I'll see you guys again this week. Take care.